Hello, family. Welcome back. Today, I am happy to have you back and thanks for coming on over here. Today, I am preparing for the Sabbath, the day of rest and gladness, and I am making Sabbath lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And right here, I have my lentil. I love some lentil soup, and that is what I am making right now. So I normally soak my lentil, pour off the water, and then put it to cook. This here is a split peas. And what I did right here is to mix both green and yellow split peas, put them to soak, and then I throw off the water and then put it to boil. And I like to mix my split peas. And what you're seeing right here is my ackee. And it's ackee time here in Jamaica. Yes, sunny island, Jamaica. It's ackee time here. And we have to clean the ackees right. We have to make sure that the ackees are well clean. So I'm cutting away the black eye and then cleaning the middle section just to make sure that it is just ready for cooking. And as you can see here, in a jiffy, I am done. And what I will do after this is to put on the ackee to boil. But a lot of persons love ackee with saltfish and ackee with salt mackerel, ackee in vegetables ackee. But today I am cooking ackee with, look at this, susumba. Oh my gosh, family. Now, when last have you eaten this fruit? It's susumba. Now, many persons know that susumba have a kind of bitter taste, but the health benefits are just amazing. A lot of persons don't really like this fruit, and you will see this fruit growing wild in Jamaica, but many don't really know about the benefits of it. This is excellent for your heart. So if you have heart problem, you can boil the susumba in water and drink it for your heart. It will strengthen the muscles in your heart. All right, and I'm telling you, you will feel different. But as always, natural remedies, you have to be consistent with it for it to work and also to notice the benefits that's happening. So I'm ready to cook this susumba now, but as you know, I have to make sure that they are washed properly. That's one thing. I have to make sure that everything is just clean and nice when I am cooking. And can I tell you, this is something that I really enjoy. And I've always wanted to do a video for you guys on how I prepare for Sabbath lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And there I place the susumba in the pot to boil, and it is getting ready to cook. And now it's time for me to make my old Jamaican coconut milk. So I'm ready to make my coconut milk, and I'm using the natural coconut. But I cracked the coconut and got some coconut water. And the water was good. As you can see, when you look at it, it is foggy. So you know that the nutrients in it is kicking. And now I am gonna ox the coconut from the shell. Right? And as I tell you, this is a Jamaican thing. This is how we cook back over here. Yard cooking. We love to use our coconut milk. Right? So I'm gonna ox them, make sure that they are ready for blending. I will not grater, but I will blend. And as you can see, I'm on the last piece of coconut. And here it is, out of the shell. All right, family. And actually wash it and make sure that it is clean. And now I'm cutting it so that it will be easier to blend. So I'm cutting it up nicely. And you can also, do it like this. You can also make your coconut milk like this, family. Cut it and then you put it in. Well, I think most persons make their coconut milk like this. We hardly see anybody grating these days. The days of grating and cutting up your finger head. Yes, Jamaican people know about that, especially if you come from over yard. And I'm blending the milk now. Oh, just rich and flavorful, rich and creamy. And a good way to do it is to put a little warm water in the blending so that the milk, every ounce of the milk, you will get it from the coconut. And I really love when my coconut milk is rich and flavorful. And putting warm water will help with that. And here I have my susumba boiling, family. Look at that. Cooking nicely. Wow, beautiful. And here I have the lentil ready to be used now. And here I have the split peas cooking up nicely. That's the stew. And family, I'm just having a ball right here. It's a lot of cooking, but I'm enjoying it. And here I have my black beans. Ready for the rice. That's gonna be my rice and peas pot right there. And I'm putting in the ackee in the susumba pot. And as I told you before, I cook the susumba first and then I'll place in the ackee. And here I have the black beans, and I'm taking the black beans from the rice cooker, putting it in a bowl. Reason being is I will be making some black bean burgers. Family, this is gonna be exciting. You would want to try this at home, and I am going to add some lentil as well. I love to make the burgers with lentil. Have you ever had like lentil burgers, just lentil burgers? The burgers that are made from lentil is just so amazing. So I'm putting it in the bowl. So I'm going to make black bean and lentil burgers today as well. And that's going to serve with Sabbath lunch. And it's going to be yummy. It's going to be amazing. I just can't wait to taste all of this. And family, you should try it. You should try this. And I have my pumpkin right here, and I am cutting it and getting ready to put it in the pot to make the soup. You got that right. I'm going to be making lentil pumpkin soup. And this is the soup that you should try at home if you have not yet tried it. Now, when I make my soups, family, I do not use noodles. I do not use anything with MSG in it. And this is how I make it. This is how I make it. And here I have my corn. I am a lover of corn. I can't make my soup without corn. So I have to add my corn to it, and I'm just ready and excited. And here I have my Irish potato. And this is one of the ingredients that allows the thickening of the soup as well. This is called Irish potato. And I'm peeling it. I'm not going to boil it in the soup with the skin. Even though I wash the skin before I peel it, I'm going to peel off the skin. Well, I always peel the skin. And dice it in medium pieces, not small, because I don't want the Irish to, boil out in the pot. I don't want that. I still want a piece to chew on. And here I have it, ready for the soup. And as you know, I have to wash my ingredients and make sure that they are clean, because it's important that whatever I cook, whatever I do, it's all clean and lovely. So, family, you should try this at home. You should try making this soup. It's one of my favorite soup. And normally, many times I cook it without the lentil, but today I've decided to do it with the lentil for you so that you can see how it's done. Now I cut my pumpkins chunky because I don't want them to boil out in the pot. I want them to be chunky and nice because I will blend them. And as you can see, I'm putting in the ingredients in the pot now. My chunky pumpkin with my nice corns. And here I have my sweet potatoes. And I'm a lover of sweet potatoes. And I will bake my sweet potatoes today. And I'm telling you, I'm just excited for this because I am one person that enjoys bake and steam sweet potatoes. But you know, before I place them in the oven, I have to wash them properly. I have to make sure that all the dirt and the debris is gone off my sweet potatoes. Anybody love sweet potatoes? Sweet potato pudding? Ah. And here I have my vegetables. Now, what I'm doing here is to cut my ingredients. So here I have my carrot, and I'm cutting the carrot for the soup. And I have okra, and I have tomatoes, I have onions. So this is the okra family. I have onions in it, and I have scallion, I have garlic, all of those things. Now, what I normally do is to cut a certain amount of ingredients so that when I am ready to, season the pot, I'm ready for the seasonings and all of that. I don't have to be cutting up and cutting up every pot that needs a seasoning. I have to be cutting up. So what I do is to cut a certain amount. I'll cut up a certain amount of them so that they can share, family. So right here I'm cutting my onions, and there beside the onions is the, yes, okra, and then the carrot. And right here I'm cutting my tomatoes. So family, I am one person that loves tomatoes. Overall, I really like the bigger ones more, like, the ones that is broad and wide. I like those. But I am for tomatoes overall. So right here I have my tofu, and I'm a lover of tofu, and for a lot of us as SDA, Seventh-day Adventist, we eat a lot of tofu. Yeah, we do. And this is one way that I love to cut my tofu. I love to cut them in triangular shapes and cook them without any form of chopped seasonings. So you can also try preparing your tofu like this. So I will cut it from one end to the next, forming a triangle, and then I will slice one side in up to 4 pieces. So this is an exciting way how to prepare your tofu, and I know that when you try it this way, if you have not yet before, your family will love you for it. And now I am just seasoning my tofu. This is the seasoning that's called Tropicana. and it has no MSG in it. From time to time, it will even get hard in the jar. But that's what I use to season it. And here I am putting in the seasoning for the stew. You got it right. So I chopped some scallions. I use chopped scallions as well. I will beat it a little before I chop it, and I have some onions as well. So I place those two in my stew. I love when my stew is creamy and nice. So I also add some coconut milk. And that's one of my favorite ingredients to cook with. Coconut milk. It has so many benefits for the heart, for the hair, for the skin. And now I am making dumplings. Yes, it's dumplings for the soup. And I am making old-fashioned rolled oats dumpling. So I blend the oats. That's what I did. And now I am mixing it, kneading it like dumplings. So if you are someone that loves dumplings, but you need a healthy alternative, this is what will work. Oatmeal dumplings, no salt added. Very nice in your lentil soup. So you should try this, family. Now when you put the water, you should put the water in the oatmeal slowly, and you take your time and knead it until it's more like your kind of texture, and then you'll just form your dumplings. That's how easy it is, and this is one that you should try. You can also put a little cornmeal in it as well. It will be lovely. And I want to know if you have tried this already. You can let me know in the comments section below, because this dumpling has become one of my favorite. And you should try it. And now I am putting it in my pot, family. And as you can see, the pot is bubbling, and that's what's going on here. Lentil pumpkin soup. And this is one that you should try at home as well. Now I'm taking out the pumpkin from the pot, and I deliberately did not cut the pumpkins small because I will be blending my pumpkins, family. And if you've not yet tried soup like this, you should try it like this. This way is 100% healthy, 100% MSG free, 100% for the heart. Yes, it is. So now I'm putting my pumpkin in my blender, and then I normally put a little onion in it as well. I normally blend it with a little onion as well, and that gives a wonderful flavor to the soup. And blending this, family, it reminds me of when you go out to dine and you get broth, but I am adding now the coconut milk to it. That's how I do it. I blend the pumpkin with the coconut milk and the onion, and this gives a lush, cream, delicious flavoring to the pot. Family, listen, this is what you must try. You have to try this for yourself to taste how great it is. You can't taste my pot, but I'm telling you, when you try this, let me know how it turned out for you. And look at this, it's bubbling nicely. And now I'm adding my vegetables to the soup. Chocho, this is a great old Jamaican chocho, green chocho. Makes wonderful soup. And I am adding carrots as well. And as you can see, I'm adding it from my platter or from my tray. I'm adding the okra as well. So this is how I do it. This is how I go about preparing my Sabbath lunch, Sabbath dinner. That's Friday evening dinner, Sabbath evening dinner, and also Sabbath day lunch. And this soup, family, oh man, you wanna taste this? Corn. Oh, look at that. Luscious and nice. Lentil pumpkin soup. Vegetable, everything. Everything is nice. And I'm telling you, I'm just looking forward to diving deep in the soup. I'm now adding the coconut oil to my frying pan, and I am putting in the onions and the garlic and the scallion and the tomatoes in the frying pan, preparing to saute down my ackee. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Right here is a scallion. I'm putting in the scallion in the pot. Now, family, this is one dish that I want you to try. You will not be disappointed that you tried this, especially for those who are, vegetarians and you don't eat saltfish. This is one dish that you can try. And also for those who are, timely moving away from meat eating, this is a nice dish for you as well, that you get all the nutrients that your body needs. And here I have my tiplets. I love using these, not a lot, but I will put them, small pieces in my ackee. The small pieces. This is what it is looking like. And this is actually gluten. So if you don't decide to eat gluten, or you are affected by gluten, you don't have to put this in. And I'm mixing it nicely around, family, sauteing it. Listen, you have to try this. You can substitute the gluten for something else, but right now I'm putting in the pepper in the soup because I like to taste a little, hash of pepper in my soup. And family, listen, I am just checking on the stew at this moment, and I realized it wants a little more salt, so I did add it and let it cook down nicely. So now I am adding the ackee and susumba. That's what it is, a Jamaican thing this. Yeah, man. And I'm adding salt to it as well to make sure that the taste is right. And family, I cannot cook without my Italian seasoning. So if you have not tried cooking with the Italian seasoning, you should. It has a lot of herbs, basil, thyme, scallion, parsley, celery, all of that. And then I am adding my coconut milk, just a little, to juice it up. You know what I'm saying, family? Yeah, man, nice up the thing. And I also add a little clove to this as well. If you cook with clove, that's a good practice. I also cook with clove. It gives such a great taste to the food. I'm telling you. And here is it, simply organic clove. And I just drizzle a little bit over the food. And I'm telling you, close the pot. After stirring the pot, just close the pot and leave it. And let the natural, taste and the aroma of the seasoning, go through the food. Now I'm adding the thyme. I am about herbs. And oh my gosh, this is just exciting. And I'm just looking forward to just diving in. Family, let it simmer and turn up the fire. I'm telling you, this is one dish that you should try at home. Now I added a little bit of coconut oil to the pot, and that's what I cook with. 100% coconut oil. And I am putting in my tofu at this point. I allowed it to marinate, and now I am putting it in the pot, and I don't fry with a lot of oil. I just grease the pot or I'll use the non-stick. All right? I think I'm going to transfer these to the non-stick and then finish up. And now I am adding the scallion and thyme to the soup pot, and then I'm going to have it to simmer, and that should be it for the soup. And now I am making, family, the burgers. So right here I am shredding the carrots for the burger. So remember that I cooked the black beans and the lentils, so it's black bean lentil burgers. And now I am going to add the carrot shredded to it. I have also chopped up some scallion and garlic as well, and I want to finish cutting up my pepper. I love to add pepper to the burger because it lifts the taste of the burger. And I also cut the garlic very small, and then I will add it to the mixture in my bowl. So I'm adding the carrot here and the garlic with the pepper and the scallion. So that's how I do it. I cut my ingredients. For some persons, depends on how they are making their burger, they will blend the ingredients, but I like to chop my ingredients and just put them in. I like to see the small, strand of carrot and the strand of pumpkin, you know, and I love to see the peas in it, and yeah, I like to see that in it. So that's why I do it like that. And here I am shredding the pumpkin. You can decide what size shredding you would like for it, but the pumpkin, especially if it's a really good tasting pumpkin, it will lift the taste of your burger. But I love to add pumpkin in it and the carrot. And this is one burger, family, I would really want you to try. And now I am adding the pumpkin to the mix. And this is the oatmeal, the sunflower seeds, almonds, and cashews. And I'm going to be blending all of this together. And then I am going to add it to the mixture. But before that, as you can see, I'm adding the salt, and I am using Himalayan salt. That's solely the salt that I used to cook with. 100% Himalayan salt, or you may call it pink salt. That is what I use to prepare all my dishes. I use the white sea salt to wash the vegetables, but I use the Himalayan salt to cook with, family. So I, mix it around, mix the ingredients around thoroughly so that it will be, tasting nicely. And here I am pouring out the nuts that is blend as well as the oatmeal, right? Or you can just say the rolled oats. And I will knead this along with the ingredients, the peas and all for the burger. And this is how I make my 100% vegetarian burger, and this is fully packed protein, and this is very healthy. So instead of you buy your burgers from the supermarket with all these additives, you can mix this and have it at home. You can mix them and put them in the fridge, put them in the freezer, and when it's time for you to use them, you use them. And I made this nicely together and spread the burger into whatever size that you like. Sometimes you have children, you maybe want a little smaller. or you want it to fit exactly in the middle of the bread, you will make it a little broader. And this is one that you need to try, family. This is one that you will not be disappointed that you tried. And this is how, I prepare. This is how I cook up and look forward to the Sabbath. And you can bake this as well, but what I do is fry it in my non-stick pan. I fry this in my non-stick, just a little grease, just a little bit of coconut oil, and I brown it on each side, and it's good to go. Healthy food for you and your family. Isn't this a wonderful thing? And I take pleasure, family, in sharing all of this with you. And here I have the potatoes being baked in the oven. Normally I will have like a lasagna or something else, baking with the sweet potatoes. But yeah, that's all I have for today. And here I am adding my rice to the mix, ready to cook my black bean rice and peas. And here I have my quinoa as well. And this is how I do it, family. I mix the rice with the quinoa. If you have not yet tried this, this is one that you need to try at home. I am all for creativity. I am all for just the vibe in cooking or the vibe in anything that you're doing, showing that you love it. Yes, that is me, and I'm just excited to share this with you. Black bean rice and peas with quinoa. And you can, dust the quinoa lightly in this. You don't have to overpour it. You don't have to overpour it at all. You can just dust it lightly. And I went ahead and added my pepper and my scallion and thyme, and more than anything else, I went ahead and add my coconut milk. And family, this is the bomb right now. This is what I'm making. Pesto curry sauce for my, guess what, tofu. You better get it right. Yes, you got it right. You got it right, for my tofu. And this is my triangular tofus. This is how I make it. I make triangular tofu in just the curry pesto sauce. All right, family. So look, this is exciting, and this is what I want you to try. Thank you for journeying with me. And here is the Sabbath lunch ready. And we are just so excited to dive in all this food because I have enjoyed preparing all of it and I'm ready for you all to eat it. So let's eat. And I know that you will love this, family. I am happy that you stayed until this time. So hit up the like button and share the love and leave your comments below. Thank you for riding with me. So until next time, take care, walk good. Adios.